Hello and welcome. We're here for our second December book review. I hope that you are all doing well. Today's book is Foxglove by Adalyn Grace. So grab a warm drink and let's get started. Foxglove is the second book in the Belladonna series. The third book, Wisteria, will be released in August of 2024. If all goes well, we'll be talking about that next autumn. But today it's Foxglove, and I'm going to try to do this without being spoilery for those who haven't yet finished that first book. The story begins with someone being poisoned, and someone that Cynthia cares about is the sole suspect. This has already complicated Cynthia's life, but other events add to the complexity. Death's brother, Fate, believes that Cynthia is someone he cared for long ago returned to him at last. And honestly, she needs to have a talk with her cousin to explain who she is. But how do you tell that to someone without scaring them? And Cynthia has started to exhibit new powers. And these powers only serve to convince Fate that he is right about her. She has some difficult times ahead. Will she be able to accomplish all that she needs to before it's too late? Foxglove is YA Gothic Fiction, and it is everything you look for in a Gothic tale. In this book, we also gain insight into Cynthia's past and her parents' life. I'm going to put this down. So what are other books to read for a similar experience? There's A Study in Drowning by Reid, and it is this author's first foray into young adult fiction. Effie is studying architecture, but studying literature is her true dream. Unfortunately, it's not an option for women attending her college. Her favorite author is a national treasure. His family, namely his son Iato, announces a contest to rework the family estate. It would be perfect if Effie won, and she does. Effie is whisked off to the estate, but reality falls far short of her dreams. The house is falling apart, and her plan calls for an entirely new building to be built to replace it. But Iato is completely against this. Additionally, another student, Preston, is also staying at the estate. He has been invited by the author's widow to study the author's legacy. Preston requests Effie's assistance, and she would love to help. However, she quickly realizes that Preston is trying to discredit the author. Preston believes that he did not write his most famous and beloved work. And if Effie helps Preston, he will fight for her to get admittance to the literature college. But should she really help someone who is trying to discredit her beloved author? A Study in Drowning is a well-crafted story. Effie has been underestimated, ignored, and blamed for things that are completely not her fault. The question is, will she now fight for herself? Next, we have My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brodi, Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This book is part of the Jane series by the same authors that do the Mary series. I often describe this story particularly as a blending of Jane Eyre and Ghostbusters. The story involves three main characters, from whose perspective the story is told. First, we have Jane Eyre, who has just left Lowood School, and she is going to work as governess at Thornfield Hall. She can see ghosts, and her best friend, Helen, is in fact a ghost. Second is Charlotte Bronte, Jane's friend from school. She believes Jane has a secret, and she thinks she knows what that secret is. Charlotte is also an aspiring author who is trying to write a story around Jane and her life. And Alexander. He is a ghost hunter, and he thinks there is something very strange going on at Thornfield Hall, and he's about to discover what it is. Forget anything you know about Jane Eyre. This is a delightfully different story with murder, conspiracy, and a little romance. I love the dedication in this book as it sets the perfect tone for the start of the story. Here, I'll read a part of it. For everyone who's ever fallen for the wrong person, even though we agree that Mr. Darcy looks good on paper and in a wet shirt. And for England, again. We're really sorry for what we're about to do to your literature. And finally, we have Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. It's a retelling of the German fairy tale, The Goose Girl. Vanya was brought to the low gods, Fortune and Death, to be their goddaughter. She was Princess Giselle's servant, but recently she's been posing as Princess Giselle herself, doing all the things that a princess does, wearing beautiful dresses, eating delicious food, and attending balls. But it's not just the dancing that she's interested in. She is also the Pfenniggeist, or penny thief. And as she attends the balls, she also takes the opportunity to take jewels and other items from the host and others attending the ball. But Vanya is about to get caught. The low god Icebald is the one who catches her, and Icebald places a curse upon her. A curse that causes her to erupt in jewels. And she'll continue to do so until she breaks the curse or the next full moon rises. And if Vanya fails to break that curse, she will lose her life. To break the curse, Icebald tells her, she will need to put everything right. Giselle's fiancé is away, and while he's been away, Vanya has had a lot of freedom. But he is about to return, and this will change her life. You may be wondering where the real Princess Giselle is. Well, she has been living with parentless children, helping to take care of them. Vanya has other problems. Emmerich, a junior prefect of the godly courts, is on the hunt for the Pfenniggeist, and he just may be on to Vanya. She has a long way to go before she can put everything right, and only 2 weeks in which to do it. Little Thieves is the first of a series, and it's definitely a must-read. I hope that you have enjoyed our look at Foxglove and other Gothic YA fiction. We'll be back next week when hopefully we'll be talking about the Scholomance series, which starts with The Deadly Education. I have The Last Graduate here, and this is the second book in the series. If I don't get through all 3 of those books in time, we will instead talk about Winter Tales. So next time will either be A Deadly Education and the other books of the Scholomance series, or Winter Tales. If you have been wondering when we'll have some create and explore videos, we have some coming up very soon, so I hope you will join me for the book videos and the create and explore videos. Until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.